Naked TV Entertainment. Your world of entertainment begins here.
From the glamour of film and television to music that inspires the nation and comedy that brings joy to every home.
We bring you the latest in entertainment news, celebrity stories, red carpet moments, and exclusive interviews.
Naked TV Entertainment, where stories come alive, where talent shines, and creativity thrives.
Naked TV Entertainment, informing, inspiring, and entertaining you always. Naked TV Entertainment. Stay tuned, stay entertained.
Good afternoon, beautiful people of Nigeria. Good afternoon, Indian. Good. You know what? Today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We are hopping into the weekend, and before we hop into the weekend, we have a lot and more for you today on the Vibe Central, on the best of entertainment show in anywhere live on a Naked TV. I go by the name Gito, but the probably called Shushu Lawyer, aka all kinds of spicy pepper. Today I bring premium gist, premium groove, everything premium, not minus nothing. If it's not premium, just count me out. Today I'm gonna start for the weekend. I'm going to start with a gist or something that will actually make you go to the weekend thinking so hard, and this is related to a health issue. And the first gist is just about genotype. So someone on earth says, in my opinion, AS and AS in love can marry each other, but the woman should allow the man marry another AA if he's interested in having children, and men no go put themselves first care. The truth is that I don't advise AS to marry, because you know if you marry that woman and she doesn't give birth, the kind of hurt, the kind of envy you're generating in your home, and you're trying to tell her that she's unproductive, when you guys can actually avoid the whole thing, the whole charade. If you know you love her too much, and you don't want her to get hurt, allow her to go and marry. I know that it will hurt for a while, but at some point she will get used to it. And not staying and watching another woman, give birth, nurture her children while she's looking like a bad, to others, to outsiders, she's a barren woman. To her, she knows that she can be productive, but just that, maybe she understand the circumstances of her health, and this is something that you should actually understand. So actually looking at my second gist, this is about the online personality Solomon Bucci. He said God's original plan was that I will marry as a virgin. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, is someone actually thinking what I'm thinking? Because what's all this virgin? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't marry as a virgin. No. I'm not saying so. But these celebrities are making it. It's just like when Ned Woko and his wife Regina were, having their squish. A lot of things was going on, and he came out to say, married her a virgin. That's one thing that I like about her. Please, those people guys actually this virgin before you marry virgin. I don't understand who will marry them. Please. None of these days should respect themselves. I'm not being sentimental here. I'm not being optimistic here. But guy, let's just be frank with ourselves. Those men actually dissuading these ladies out there and do a lot of things out there, and still come back to look for 171. 171 will take you to your early grave, because I don't know who are you leaving the ones you people spoiled. You can't spoil another person's stuff and go for another person whose home and everything is intact. Will come back, because say you go give birth to a woman, say you go born daughter, right? They go chop her. Don't come after me. But actually, moving over to my next one. Someone say I like my obsessed and clinging. Because don't be obsessed. I don't like obsessed people. Don't ever come clinging to me, because I'm sorry, but it quite irritates me so much. Yeah, I'm me myself. I'm a clingy person, likes attention, but uh not like I'm so don't be obsessed, because when a man is obsessed or a woman is obsessed with you, they can go extreme, they can actually even go as far as to harm someone close that might pose off to be danger to her and her interference or her closeness to you. So I think this thing has its own bad side and it has its own good side. The good side is that it brings the bonding, it brings the closeness, but the bad side is that a lot of harm can be done to the next person who seems or poses like a danger to their relationship. So you have to be careful on what you wish. Someone said, I responded, I said, I did all these things. I still slept with the owner of the hotel just so that her faculty could use his spot for their dinner award. And Jesus Christ, some people can actually do a lot. Like, for what? Just want to be close and clinging to one particular person. So you have to go this extra mile. I can't do that. I can't. Even if you shoot me or put a gun on my head, like I won't do that for you. No. So I trust Chloe Bailey. She said something on how she found out that her ex was cheating. I found out that another woman, last extension in his bedroom and pretended not to see it until the next morning because I wanted the night cuddles and all those things. Women. So you actually waited the whole night to record it, and for in the morning for you to just lash him up, like hit it straight to his face that I've caught you. But women is women. Yeah, I can say women is women. But anyway, then let's talk about Aproko doctor. Of recent people are saying that I think he's a health optimistic person. He talks about health issues, how you can maintain good health, how you can do this with your health, how you can do this with your health. But in the recent interview, his wife, who happens to be a chef, her name is Chef Amaka, shares how she was thrown after her PCOS diagnosis. What made her cry was when they said my husband is not man enough to father a child. Yeah, this is something that I don't wish upon my enemy, because childbirth, if you have worked with it, is so disheartening and it's so painful that someone can be mocked with, something like that, something as far as mocking that person with childbirth. But before I tell you my next gist, I think I will go on a break, a short break. I will be right back. Stay tuned.
Naked TV Entertainment. Your world of entertainment begins here.
From the glamour of film and television to music that inspires the nation and comedy that brings joy to every home,
We bring you the latest in entertainment news, celebrity stories, red carpet moments, and exclusive interviews.
on Naked TV Entertainment, where stories come alive, where talent shines, and creativity thrives.
On Naked TV Entertainment, informing, inspiring, and entertaining you always. On Naked TV Entertainment, stay tuned, stay entertained.
Every second, the world changes, markets rise, leaders speak, stories unfold. To keep up, you don't just need news, you need clarity, you need speed, you need perspective.
That's why Naked TV brings you the global pulse. Accurate, reliable, right when it matters most. Naked TV. Move with the world.
Welcome back to Vice Central, the best entertainment show in the industry. Talking about Aproko doctor and his wife, Chef Amaka. One thing she said, going back to what she said earlier, what made me cry was when they said my husband wasn't man enough because of the diagnosis of her having PCOS. one thing when she was making that interview, I just watched the clips, and one thing I just understand is that, could you imagine, it's just like you having a medical doctor and you are having health challenge. It is the most disheartening thing on this planet Earth, because people will mock you. People, it will not look like what your partner is doing. His career choice is just, doesn't have any impact. Then what he's actually preaching against, he's actually fighting it in his home. I could actually understand her plight, because no woman on earth deserves to be neglected or mocked with this kind of thing. And coupled with the fact that her husband is a medical doctor, so this kind of health complication and she faced. But I thank God she actually put you, because people in this kind of thing will not understand. But anyway, let's move over to my next bit. It's about Zlatan Ibile. He said, "No be city boy will they come to do for years." He realized after being called the deputy coordinator of City Boy Movement, Ogun State, at an event. Our East City Boy chief, Cubana chief priest, Abu Cubana, they got their own backlash within their own time from the people of the Igbo people, calling them, them being saboteur, this. And now Zlatan Ibile is also facing this thing in the Southwest, and I won't say I don't have anything to say as regards to politics and City Boy movement. It no concern me at all. And then I want to talk about what is happening on air. Someone said, if I say this thing, I might just get dragged. I promise I know it's not easy anywhere, but I'm very grateful for anything that comes as a gift. But 15K from someone that lives in the US and promised you big money, especially where you did not ask, feels somehow. See, entitlement spirit. It's not like you worked for it. It's not like that was just a gift. I don't know why people feel like, you feel like someone promised you. Like, this for me is an ingrate talking. They sent you 15K. I think one thing people should understand is appreciation language. I think when people give you something, gift you something, the more and the manner in which you appreciate them makes them want to do more. But if eventually you don't appreciate the little one they give you, and you don't see the need that they actually made effort to even give you a particular percentage, I think you don't even give them that chance to do more. Because sometimes they might just test you and to know how you can actually, will you be pissed off? What will you say? How will you act? What will you do at that particular point? But if you are just this kind of person that you have that attitude that if it's not what you asked for and it's not given to you, you start acting somehow, start acting weird, making others feel like they are not doing enough for you. Actually, why they owe you nothing? Because with this thing, they actually don't owe this lady anything. But let's go over to this TikToker selling Nukaim. There has been a clash between her and her fiancé. She said when she got pregnant, I wanted to marry her, but she set aside 45 million for the wedding. The fiancé has the side of being accused of her abuse. 45 million. And that's one problem with all these TikTokers, all these celebrities. This is just a problem. Just try to know your husband's budget. Work with it. In as much as you're a celebrity doesn't mean you have to do the most expensive wedding. You have to make it very big. You can just do a mini something and just put it, because life after this might be a hot one for you. You mustn't live up to the public cheer. I don't know why people and young girls of our days actually wants to live up to the public cheer. Everybody mustn't cheer you. Not everybody likes you. Yeah, that's one thing they should understand. Not everybody likes you. Some people just come into your life to just, just being part of it for just being sick. But you shouldn't pull your anger and your weight and everything on your husband. And now he's abusing you, and now you haven't have a child. See, young ladies these days, they do things like at a point I just feel like, what's going on? What's happening here? What's all this entitlement culture? Where is it coming from? How did it even start in the first place? Who even actually introduced this into the system? Why is these girls, why are they feeling so much entitled to a man's money? Or why do they feel like if they don't show off or they don't bring things like very, very exuberant to the table, that they will not survive, they will not even breathe? just what's going on, because for me, actually needs to be asked and needs to be known. Okay, someone said my first ever exam as a teacher, I placed all them exactly waiting they scored, the report card and everything. And my manager got to pull on me aside and update me. No, all this is there. Not everything is meant to be posted. You know, I think when I was in secondary school, there's this experience I had with some schools. You know, many people will post their jeriq student scores. Some of them will not just post or do this thing because they want to. They will just go to the past, abduct. You know, okay. A friend of mine happened to, you know, when I was in secondary school. She there was a magazine, school magazine, that we were now saying top schools in Enugu, sub schools in Enugu that has top jeriq results. So she now bought one magazine, and there was that we're not going through. It doesn't look like we're not going through the magazine to find out the student who had the top this thing. The guy just told me that this is a lie. That this person that has the top this score in this school, this guy has graduated from secondary school way back. So why is the school just trying to make it like, you know, I don't know why people will just fake it just to look or get public recognition at the dent of them. Let's not talk about that. FC is set to replace NYC khaki with Algeria fabric as part of the new uniforms. Thank God say I don't follow them wear that, you know. I would just be like a washed monkey. Like a very serious washed monkey. And you know, when someone say you be just be looking like a washed monkey. Thank God though. I thank God though. Thank God though. Thank you. A lot of reforms is about to go on in NYC. I heard it's going to be adjusted from 3 weeks to 6 weeks. God, I thank you, because I don't know what I'll be doing in that camp for 6 weeks. I just don't know. And now in this uniform, I'll just look like a washed goat. But let's talk about couples who got arrested after climbing the Empire State Building in New York for a romantic proposal. See, I don't know white people. I don't know how they reason. I don't know how they reason, but how would you even agree for this kind of weird thing? Like, how would you agree for this kind of thing to happen? It's so weird. These people are just so weird. How? No, then probably person confuse me. But want to propose to me and you want to kill me. Like how? I won't even follow you even to climb that stairs. You know, these are insane ways. I don't know. You yourself, you should get scared in the first place. But you know, some people do things, crazy things for crazy reasons. But me, I never follow you do crazy things for crazy reasons. I am not part of that business. So don't ever call me for that kind of business, because I won't be there. I've left that kind of group chat. Someone say this Ghanaian rapper Sarkozy criticized the xenophobic attacks in South Africa after a Ghanaian man was killed. He said this is insane and makes no sense. This whole thing is just, you know, trying to I wish my South African brothers and sisters would speak up against this more strongly, because it's getting out of hand. God help our African brothers and sisters out there. All these things are happening are totally insane. Why kill your fellow African brothers for something that in unity we can all achieve as one? Yeah, actually in unity we can actually achieve, but everybody has their own mentality. So if you meet a madman, you cannot say, why are you mad? Sorry. Yes, now, because if you actually meet a madman, how will you even tell him that he's mad? Like he doesn't understand it that he's mad. So I think with them, they don't even understand the consequences of this segregation they are trying to bring this harmony to the African unity, the African culture. You know, trying to separate the do's and don'ts. Yes, because like I said, you cannot meet a madman and say you are mad, because he doesn't understand it. So if you meet them and tell them that this thing they are doing is wrong, because they have nurtured this mentality for long, because they have incubated this thing for long, they don't understand that the consequences and gravity of their action could actually tell on their children. Now, I think the Nigerian National Youth something on diaspora this thing are about to, you know, challenge the fact that South Africans in the country should go back to their country. And this thing now will make some African countries to send them back home. If wherever they are, there will be peace, there will be harmony. This is just because of all these things happening. And this thing would have been prevented if the government of South Africa had stepped in and say, hey, my people, this thing you are doing is not acceptable. This is just this is very disheartening. This is very inappropriate. This shit should be stopped. No, nobody needs to lose their life. Everybody is equal for the law. But at this point, I just found out that everybody is not equal before the law. So as you find your own equality, move with it. As was Toyin Abraham said, my husband doesn't have a problem with me kissing in movies, and my colleague's wife, all they're comfortable with me. Nah, these people are they take a lot in this movie thing, but it's all good. Everybody has his own problem. Me, I have my own problem. You can't just say, if you kiss a movie, I'm a very jealous type. Don't come home. Just make sure you stay in that movie scene. Don't even come home and meet me, because if you meet me in a trouble, yes. So if you come to meet me in a trouble, so just stay there. Don't come to meet me. Just don't come. If you come, not trouble. So no. Yes, no. Don't come and meet me for anything. Yes, I will tell you. So the next one, my next day says, the groom from a wedding I attended in January hit on me at the club last weekend, and I wondered if true love still exists in this Lagos. My brother, I was shouting, mom is there, you're white. Say amen. In the hit on you, hit on him back. And the following week is his marriage. Oh God have mercy. God have mercy. He said, don't let my wife stop me from finding my soulmate. Ha! So it's like, what's actually going on? So let's talk about the actress Aduni Ade says, after being awarded 30 million in damages in her lawsuit against Google, not every battle needs a response. Some needs a courtroom. Yeah. If you know you're right, do the needful. And that's why, as a human being, you just know you're right, know where you are wrong, but make sure that you are right to be able, so that they'll be able to defend your right. If you're not at right, you're at wrong, your right won't be defended. So make sure you are doing the right thing. And if anybody encroaches on your space or your other thing, you can now sue and you get your damages awarded to you. And it's all good, Sha. Life good though. Now you don't know what you want to do, but let's do it. Sophia Momodu tells follower who asked a disrespectful question about her source of livelihood. She let me base. Why will you be questioning people about their means of livelihood? Please, let somebody breathe. Let our sister breathe. Let our sister breathe. Like, she needs actually to breathe. Then first turn to DK queries and tells them that to plan a date or buy a flower. Why do church brothers think Christian sisters don't require gifts? Me, I require gift though. Like I tell them, my name is Gift. Anyway, my name is Gift, and I also need some gifts. So every chick, I'm a Christian. I'm a church sister. I'm a Christian sister. So we need gift though. We need luxury. We need all these things, because it can't just be there. One Christian brother should come and bring it on. I'm gonna accept it. Who am I not to accept it? Life is just like this. But anyway, someone said, and that's my last dish for today. She said, I went to a government agency today, and coming down the stairs, engrossed in my phone, an older woman asked me if I was staff of an agency, to which I replied negative. She then said, no wonder, because I don't share staircase. I was so confused. Apparently, she is a high-ranking officer who rather have people stand aside while she's using the staircase. Do you understand this is? Like, before she could, react or tell her, she wanted to inquire that for her to use this staircase with her, if she's actually of high and, mind dignity, or if she's a person with a big or dignified repute in the society, before she was able to tell her mind. I don't know, some of these people have the audacity they exhibit, or is just something that I don't know if I should question, but I need to question it. But What will you tell your fellow woman if to find out if actually she's actually qualified to walk the same stair with you? You just have to ask her if what's her position in society. If you ask me that thing, like the kind of hot slap I'll give you. But that's just all. No violence here, no violence here. I'm not going to give you a hot slap. I'm going to give you a hot kiss. Mwah. So thank you for being on this show, watching, listening, being always part of this show. Every day we bring to you amazing gist on Vibe Central, on the best entertainment gist. I still remain your number one host. I go by the name Gift Obodo. We'll do this every day, same time, same station. We love you. Always sending your comments. So bye. Enjoy your weekend.
Aneke TV Entertainment. Your world of entertainment begins here.
From the glamour of film and television to music that inspires the nation and comedy that brings joy to every home,
We bring you the latest in entertainment news, celebrity stories, red carpet moments, and exclusive interviews.
Aneke TV Entertainment, where stories come alive, where talent shines and creativity thrives.
Aneke TV Entertainment. Informing, inspiring, and entertaining you always. Aneke TV Entertainment. Stay tuned. Stay entertained.